guys, so I am finally making my reaction video, and I tried to do it yesterday in the car when my mom went to Staples, but it didn't really work out too well. And then I tried finishing it at home, and it was just like a big mess. So I was like, I'll just make a whole new video altogether. So I'm sorry this was so late this week. I've just been kind of busy. It's been kind of like a stressful week, maybe. I don't really know. But yeah, but ignore that big pile of clothes on my chair. So anyways, so deep cover was on Monday, and that seems like so long ago because it's now Saturday, and normally I have these things up by the latest Friday, but yeah. So anyways, so I want to talk about two things before we talk about the episode. So the first thing is on my iPad, so hold on. Okay, the first thing is this. Like, what? So, yeah, this picture came out. I don't know what time it came out because I woke up at like 7:30 and checked Twitter, and then nobody was really freaking out, and then I saw someone freak out, and then I clicked on the picture, and then my heart stopped, and then I started crying and everything like that. And just to think that's not the dress, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I have a feeling that Andrew Marlowe has a little trick up his sleeve, and that's not the dress. And to be very, very, very honest, that dress is beautiful, and she looks like a princess, and I love it so much, and it's so pretty, and it's actually my lock screen on my new iPhone. By the way, I got a new iPhone. I got the iPhone 5, which is pretty exciting, so now I have space to actually record videos on my phone, so that's pretty cool. It's a major upgrade, though, because I had the iPhone 4. I didn't even have Siri, so yeah. But anyway, and my dog chewed up the memory card for my camera, so kind of glad that I got a new phone. But anyways, yeah, so I highly doubt that it's the dress. Like, it's just, I don't know. I just don't think it's the dress because, yeah. And also, it's so pretty, like, the top part of it is so pretty. I don't really know how I feel about the bottom part just because of the fact that Beckett isn't, like, a poofy wedding dress kind of girl. Do you know what I mean? Like, she needs, it's very hard to explain. I think they're called A-line dresses, where they're just straight down dresses, like, no poof, no, there's something in the dress that they call it. Like, my uncle's fiance has it in her dress, because her dress is kind of like, her dress is very, very pretty, but it's poofy, but it fits her. So, I mean, like, fits her, like, it fits her physically, and it fits her, like, the kind of person that she is. Like, Beckett, I just can't see her in this big, poofy dress. Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, take the dress she wore at the PCAs and just kind of, like, cut the sleeves off and make it like a tank top, and yeah, and it just like pull at her feet, and it'd be so pretty. But honestly, I want a beach wedding. I want them on the beach. I want her barefoot, and I want like a flower in her hair. As like cliche as that sounds, I like want that for my life, because I'm the 6% of the fandom that actually wants them to have like a perfect wedding, because of the fact that they've been through so much life traumatic events already, that like, and they're trying so hard to plan their perfect wedding, and they're trying to pick the perfect time and the perfect venue, and why are you just gonna fuck with that? Like, come on. And like, I don't know, I don't want them to just go to City Hall and get married. Like, this is the only wedding Beckett's ever gonna have, so I kind of just want it to be like beyond special for her, and she deserves it. I mean, like, come on. I can't. So I really want them to have their perfect wedding, but in the back of my head, I'm like, I know that's not gonna happen, and I'm gonna be fucking upset. But then on the other hand, as long as we hear their vows and whatever, then I'm kind of okay with it. But I want her in a wedding dress. I'm sorry, I can't. But yeah, about the dress, she needs like just a straight down dress. No poof, no nothing. But the top of the dress is so pretty. And I think maybe it's one of those dresses that like the poofy part comes off. So like for the reception, you can actually enjoy yourself. Because I never understood that, like, why would a bride buy this big, huge dress where you could like literally barely even move in it? How are you supposed to like dance at the reception and enjoy yourself if you have to carry around this big, huge dress? Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah. So, I don't know. That's my personal opinion, and I hate poofy dresses. Like, if my mom was getting married, she'd definitely have a straight down dress, which I believe is called A-line, but I don't want to keep saying that if I'm wrong. So, yeah, but she looks like a princess in that picture, and she has her wedding, her engagement ring on, and I'm honestly gonna cry because she has not worn that, like, on her finger, because my headcanon is that she wears it, like, around her neck with her mother's ring, because, you know, obviously she can't wear it around the precinct, but, yeah. Every fic I read when they go home after her case, he like takes it off her mother's chain and puts it on her finger, and I swear to God, I cry every single time. But yeah, so it looks like I believe it is, because the picture is opposite, so like my right is her left. And if she turned around, like if she's facing the mirror, so if she turned around, then it would be her left. And she's kind of like playing with it. And she's gonna get really sad because her mom's not there. So, like, dress to kill's my death. Like, I don't even, I'm gonna cry. So, yeah. So, I'm very excited for the episode, though. And then, one of the episodes, they casted a real estate agent. I don't know what episode it is, though. I can't remember if it's the one on this Monday or the one next Monday. But it's sometime within these two new episodes. So does that mean Becky is moving out of her apartment? But honestly, I'm going to be really sad because of the fact that I love Beckett's apartment. Like, it's so her, and just it's her own like personal space and stuff like that. And oh my God, if you have the season 5 DVD and you've watched like the behind the scenes of like her apartment and his loft, you would know that they live like 5 to 10 minutes of walking distance away from each other. Like, what? And she lives in Tribeca and he lives in Soho. And I tell that to my mom all the time, and she's like, you are crazy obsessive. Shut the fuck up. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. But, yeah. But in that thing, they like show like Beckett's living room, and she has a picture of her mom just like on the nightstand, and I was like, please don't do this to me. So, yeah. Oh my God, this is so random, but I kind of really, I mean, I know it probably won't happen for a little while yet, but I kind of want them to close her mother's case before the wedding, you know? I don't know, does that make any sense? I'm kind of stupid, just so she could finally have that closure, and probably like on her wedding day, she probably doesn't have to worry about anything, like coming and attacking her, coming and shooting her, like whatever. Like, oh my God, some people want Beckett to get kidnapped, some people want 3XK to come back, some people want like a fire, and some people want Castle to get shot on their wedding day, and I'm like, are you trying to make like the happiest day of her life like a traumatic event? Like, come on. I hate people. I really do. I want to smack every bitch. But yeah, so enough about that, and more talk about this. So, okay, so this magazine is basically my death. I think my mom's gonna come in here and yell at me to go. I hope not. Okay, so yeah, so she was walking, but I didn't want her to like come in. Good, she's going back downstairs. Okay, so this magazine, so I got it last weekend, and they only had like 3 left at Hannaford's when I went, and I was like, are you kidding? So, oh my God, my mom's screaming. Ignore my mom, but yeah, so she is in this magazine, and I can't even. So this magazine is like huge in the US. I don't know if it's huge anywhere else, but it's pretty popular here. And Olay is like a huge company that like most people know. So the fact that, okay, she went back downstairs. So the fact that she's in this magazine and in an Olay ad is just like completely like crazy. So you just open it up and here she is. And my feels right now between these two are like completely ruined. Because, okay, when the first video came out, it was like 40 seconds long, and I recognized her from somewhere, and I was like, where the fuck do I know her from? Like, her voice is familiar, her face is familiar, what the hell? And I watch Reba, like, all the time when it's on, and she played Cheyenne on Reba, and last night my friend, like, made the connection, and I was like, that's where I know her from! So, yeah, and she's also married to former Yankee Nick Swisher, and then Stana tweeted her and was like, met her whole entire family. So Stana met Nick Swisher, aka a former Yankee, aka my life is over, because if you know me, I'm like a huge fucking Yankee fan. So like, oh my god, even though he's not really a Yankee anymore, he was a Yankee, so it all still counts. It all still counts. I mean, if you're a Yankee, why you would not be a Yankee anymore? You're stupid. But we have like 3 new players, I believe. Maybe it's 4, I don't really remember. But, oh my god, I'm like obsessed with one of them. Oh my, I forget his name. But, yeah, so they're kind of, and then she tweeted her back, and I was like, oh my god. And her hair, she plays the Little Mermaid on Once Upon a Time, and I was like, oh no. So, yeah. So then you kind of just open it up, and then there's Stana. And there's like this little blurb about her. But what pissed me off is the fact that they fucking photoshopped her face. Like, why was that necessary to Photoshop her face? Honestly, like, I don't know. I like, all the photo shoots Stana's ever done, that's never happened. And I mean, the average person wouldn't really know that, you know what I mean? But, like, us, I recognized right off the bat, I was like, oh my god. And I don't know, like, I hate when people Photoshop, like, girls for photo shoots, like, people's imperfections is what makes them beautiful. So why, if the person is good enough for you to call them and be like, hey, I want you to model for, let's just say Hollister. Well, you can't because you have to work there. But, okay, let's just say Arrow, whatever. Okay, I want you to be a model for Arrow. And then you go and you have the look that they want and they whatever. And then they Photoshop every little flaw about you. And it's like, okay, so you just wanted to, you know what I mean? So it kind of sucks, which my mom kind of wants me to get into the modeling world, which I'm kind of scared to because I don't want my face and everything photoshopped constantly. So yeah, but whatever, you could make money, so as long as you're making money. So yeah, even though I'm ugly and I don't understand why my mom wants to be a model, but you know. So Deep Cover was on Monday, and it was like awesome and suspenseful and everything I hoped in an episode. And there was casket, and there was beautifulness, and there was tears, and there was punching of faces, and there was a lot of shit. Okay, so my mom went back downstairs. So, the first thing is that some, like, shit happened. I don't know, some dead guy was in the shower. And then she was all like, what if it rains on our wedding day? And I was like, shut your fucking mouth, because the last time it rained in Castle World, you two got together and I cried. And now every time it fucking rains, well, I should say storms. Every time it fucking, like, thunderstorms and lightnings and shit, I get mad emotional. So, yeah, I get even more emotional over the fact that there's more to that scene that I still haven't seen, and yet there's like a group of people who are lucky son of a bitches who've seen that. And everyone who's seen that says that like the way he takes off her shirt is hot as hell, and I'm like, why am I sitting over here suffering? Really? And I hate that. You mean to tell me not one little fucker in that room recorded it? I'm on to you. So, yeah, but anyways, have some always feels. So, yeah, so they're talking about trying to pick, like, a month to get married, and The only month they didn't say was spring of this year. And then when he said September, you have to get married on a Monday, I was like, I see what you did there. So, yeah. So, so then she's all like, well, if you want to get married in October, my dad's not going to walk me down the aisle. And I was like, oh my God, please shut your fucking mouth. Because honestly, I cannot handle Kate Beckett as a bride. I can't. So, yeah. And then I was like, October, yes, please, because my birthday is actually on a Castle Monday this year. And I think if they would have picked like October 6th as their wedding day, I would have died. But they didn't. Little fuckers. So then they go to the crime scene, and then Castle proceeds to say how flexible she is, and I was like, what? And then fucking, he tells Espo, he's like, did you know Beckett could lift her? And I was like, lift her what, her leg? Because I know that shit's been happening in the bedroom. I know what goes on in there. Just because of all the M-rated fanfiction I read. And you know they have some good ass fucking hot sex. So, yeah. Oh my God, I want them to fight in an episode, and then by the end, I just want them, like, making out on the couch. Please. Just please give that to me. I want a shower scene, too. And a bathtub scene. Like, you mean to tell me you can put Kate Beckett in the bathtub by herself, but you can't put Kate Beckett and her fiancé in the bathtub? That's a little fishy. But then, some other shit happens that I don't really remember. And then Ryan comes back from maternity leave and proceeds to say how his little Sarah Grace is a perfect little angel. And I was like, I'm gonna chop your fucking balls off. And then Beckett was all like, she looks like Esposito. And I was all like... And then some other shit happened. And then Castle's dad showed up. And I was like, oh, shit. And then Castle's dad knew that they were engaged. Because he was like, don't tell your fiancé. And I was like, are you kidding? And then they went to Coney Island. And I was like, oh, my God. Because I went to Coney Island. I only went to Coney Island once. I will never go back. Because of the fact that the lines for the bathroom were extra fucking long. And the beach was dirty as hell. And it was kind of boring. And I saw this old lady basically just strip off her clothes. I had to do that too because my mom was like in a rush. And she didn't want me waiting online for the bathroom. And she was like, the bathroom's probably unsanitary anyway. So... I like modestly changed underneath a towel. And I mean, I was like younger. I think it was the summer before 8th grade. So I wasn't like that developed yet. But I was under a towel. And then my mom was all like, and probably once I got my shorts on, it was fine. But that lady just freaking like took off her clothes. And I was like, nope, never coming back. So that was my Coney Island experience. And then, you know, Castle and Beckett did that shared brain thing. And then she was getting worried that he wasn't making theories. And I was like, wow. And then some other shit happens. And then Castle's dad gets shot. And then I was very disturbed because he was on her side of the bed. And I was like, can you not? I'm not feeling that. And then, like, it was disgusting. And then... Castle was all like, this is your future father-in-law. And Beckett was all like, I'm not taking this fucking shit. Then they go to the New York Public Library. And that honestly makes me fucking emotional as hell. Because every time I go to New York City, we walk past that building. Every fucking time. And every time my mom points it out to me. And she's like, look, it's the library. And I'm like, look at my fist in your face. Like, why would you say that? And she knows. She knows the whole Castle story about that. So I don't know why she pointed out. It makes me emotional, but every time, it never fails. Every time we go to the city, we walk fucking past it, and I'm like, really? And the shot that they use of the New York Library is actually New York Library because the New York Library has lions out in the front of it, so it's pretty cool. But then some other shit happened. I don't really know. I don't really remember. I get distracted by Beckett's clothes and face very easily, so yeah. And then they're sitting at her desk, and then the case is closed, and then he's all like, I keep making the mistake that he's family, but he's not, you are. And I was like, my heart. And then he was like, we're getting married in September. And I was like, my heart again? Like, okay, first of all, I thought last year's summer's hiatus was going to be bad. Boy, was I wrong. So I have to wait till September for a wedding? He was like, it's not too hot, it's not too cold. It's in the Goldilocks zone. It's perfect. And I was like, trying to breathe, trying to breathe, trying to breathe. And then he kisses her head, and she's just like, what about your book tour? He's like, fuck it. I want to marry you right then and there. You're my one and done. You're my best friend. You're my other half. You're my fiance. You're going to be my wife. I can't. So, yeah. So, next week is Limelight, or on Monday, I should say, is Limelight, because it's not on Sunday. And the sneak peek came out of her biting his ear, and I was like, oh my god. And I think she's wearing his socks, and it's just really cute in her fucking little bike pajamas, like, go home. Well, you are home. But yeah. Okay, so that's basically it. I'm very emotional just talking about this episode and the 2 episodes that are coming up next. So, yeah. Castle's in some deep shit because he's getting back together with his ex-wife. And I'm like, bitch, you better back the fuck up. There is no ex-wife up in this bitch. There is no Meredith deep-fried Twinkie on the side. There is no nothing. So, yeah. So, that's about it. So, thank you for watching. And I love you all. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. And, yeah. So, I don't know. So, yeah. So, that's about it. So, I'm going to have some goldfish, and I'm going to leave now. And